Our verse today is from Luke chapter 16, verse 8. And the master commended that dishonest steward for acting prudently. For the children of this world are more prudent in dealing with their own generation than are the children of light. Our verse today is drawn from the parable of the dishonest steward in Luke 16, 1-8. In this parable, a rich man decided to dismiss his steward for mismanaging and squandering his property. The steward also decided to win friendship and favor with his master's debtors by reducing their debts. In our verse, the master commends this servant for his act of prudence. Now, it sounds ironic that a dishonest servant received commendation. But before we pass judgment, let us ask the question, was he commended for his dishonesty or for his act of prudence? What the master commends is the steward's acting shrewdly, as expressed by the Greek term phronimos, translated as prudent or shrewd. This parable draws our attention to making good use of the present with a foresight to a pleasant future. It invites us to remember tomorrow and its imminent crisis. The parable ironically teaches us what we should not do through the negative example of the steward. Dear friends, some people use this verse as justification for living fraudulent lives and even embezzling public funds. But before we follow such a trend, let us consider these two positions. 1. The steward's cancelling of the debts, was it an act of dishonesty so that he could project himself and win their compassion after his dismissal? Or 2. Did the steward cancel only the interest portion of the contract, which should have been illegal for Jews and before God's law? Also, did he give up his own profit or those of his master? If we go by the second view, it makes his act meritorious and personally beneficial. And if this is correct, then the steward is the hero rather than the villain, and so he deserves the master's commendation. In that case, the title of the parable might be the parable of the shrewd or prudent steward. Dear friends, Jesus invites us today to learn from the foresight of this steward. If a bad steward, in quote, labors to gain friends through dishonest means, how much more should you, a righteous person, seek good goals by good means? As Christians, we should have the same foresight, but we must show genuine charity. The remark of Jesus here is that the worldly people, the sons of this age, give more foresight to their future. They are more prudent in their dealings with people than are the children of God, the sons of light. We Christians should learn to apply ourselves to honor and serve God in our actions as much as secular people apply themselves to obtain protection and prosperity from money and the world. This parable invites us to imbibe the virtue of prudence and the act of generosity. It encourages us to make use of the present with foresight to prepare for God's coming judgment. The steward, as a child of this age, knew how to handle the system to his own best advantage. But we, the children of light, do not know how to live wisely in our different systems, in our religious vocations, our families, marriages, and relationships to secure a better and brighter future. We do not know how to live in accordance with the kingdom already present, so we need to be prudent and foresighted so that we can rejoice in the glory of God. And so may God grant us the wisdom and foresight to use the opportunities of the present to secure a place in God's eternal happiness. Amen. God bless you. Have a nice day.